It started with an offhand comment on live TV. Donald Trump was mid-interview on a conservative news channel, fired up and animated, when the host asked him about his former relationship with tech billionaire Elon Musk. Trump scoffed. Elon. He's all talk. I don't owe him anything. Never did a thing for me, not a dime, he said, waving his hand dismissively. The host blinked. But didn't he? Nope, Trump interrupted. Never donated. Never helped. Just another guy chasing headlines. Within minutes, the clip exploded across social media. And within the hour, Elon Musk responded. A single post. No caption. No commentary. Just a screenshot of wire transfers and FEC filings totaling over $20 million in donations, all dated during Trump's 2020 campaign. The internet ignited. Elon's post detonated like a bomb. The receipts were crisp, undeniable, $10 million to a Trump-aligned PAC in August 2020. Another $5 million 2 months later. And smaller, but still substantial, contributions throughout the year. Each one clearly marked, timestamped, and verifiable. No words. Just numbers. Within minutes, hashtags like #TrumpForgot, #ElonReceipts, and #BoughtAndBlocked trended worldwide. Pundits across the spectrum scrambled to respond. Right-wing voices tried spinning it, maybe Trump meant direct donations. Meanwhile, left-leaning commentators mocked the contradiction. But Musk wasn't done. An hour after the post, he followed up with a video clip from a 2020 private fundraiser. In it, Trump can be seen praising Musk by name in front of donors. Elon's a genius, a tremendous patriot. We're lucky to have his support, and his resources. The hypocrisy was now documented from both ends, paper trails and video. And still, Trump said nothing. But inside Mar-a-Lago, aides were scrambling. Inside Mar-a-Lago, chaos reigned. Aides hovered around a TV, frozen as they watched Elon's second post rack up millions of views in real time. The footage was damning, Trump's own words, now contradicting his very public denial. One advisor muttered, "We need to get ahead of this. Now." Trump, pacing with his phone in hand, wasn't having it. "I never said that," he barked. "They're twisting it. Maybe I said it, but I didn't mean it like that." Jason Miller tried to spin it, "We could say you were talking about official campaign donations, not PACs. But the receipts are for both," someone whispered. "Then say they were unsolicited," Trump snapped. "I didn't ask for it. That changes everything." Meanwhile, Elon Musk remained silent, online, anyway. But he liked several tweets calling Trump's denial cowardly, ungrateful, and delusional. Don Jr. called, frantically suggesting they invite Elon back into the fold before the damage spread further. Trump's response, "He turned on me first. He wants a fight. Fine. He'll get one." And that's when Trump did what everyone feared. He started typing a Truth Social post, one he wouldn't let anyone read before hitting post. Trump's Truth Social post went live at 8:17 p.m. Elon Musk is a lot of things, rich, weird, maybe even smart, but loyal? Never. He gave money because he wanted favors. I didn't owe him then, and I don't owe him now. If he wants attention, he can buy another rocket. Sad. The backlash was instant. Commentators on both sides raised eyebrows. Even MAGA loyalists seemed uneasy. The post painted Elon as a wannabe power broker, implying corruption, not the best look for someone still eyeing a 2024 run. Elon, however, didn't return fire directly. Instead, he posted a GIF of a SpaceX rocket launching with the caption, "When your money did make things move, just not the guy you thought." The subtlety struck harder than any insult. It was cool, calculated, and carried the full weight of Musk's online influence. Meanwhile, political strategists began whispering behind the scenes, was this the crack that would finally splinter Trump's donor class? Cable news ran side-by-side footage of Trump's denial and the fundraiser clip, looping them endlessly. Analysts called it a self-inflicted wound. But inside Elon's inner circle, one question lingered: should we leak the emails next? The next morning, it happened. Without warning, a verified tech journalist dropped a thread on X, breaking: internal emails between Trump campaign officials and Elon Musk's team reveal a coordinated donation effort in 2020. Anything you can contribute will go a long way, especially if it's bundled quietly, one email reads. Attached were screenshots of emails between a senior Trump fundraiser and a Tesla government relations executive. The tone wasn't just polite, it was pleading. References to private meetings, policy promises, even a line about a special seat at the table. And then came the kicker, an email forwarded by Elon himself, dated just days after the January 6 riots. Elon, 45, wants to personally thank you. He says when this all settles, he won't forget the people who stood behind him. The contrast to Trump's recent public rejection couldn't be sharper. Within hours, multiple outlets confirmed the emails were authentic. Cable news lit up. One anchor summed it up like this: Trump didn't just forget Musk donated, he courted him for months. And Elon kept the receipts. Republican donors began calling each other in private, worried about what else might surface. The MAGA base was rattled. Even some diehard supporters were asking, if Trump's memory is this selective, what else has he forgotten? Meanwhile, Elon remained eerily quiet. Too quiet. After 2 days of total silence, Elon Musk finally spoke. He didn't tweet. He didn't post a video. Instead, he sat down for an exclusive interview with a major news network. No studio lights, just Elon in his Texas office, calm, measured, eyes sharp behind rimless glasses. The anchor wasted no time. Why release those emails now? Elon shrugged slightly. I don't like being lied about. Especially not by someone I once trusted to lead. The interviewer leaned in. Did you expect something in return for your donations? No, Elon said plainly. But I expected basic honesty. At the very least, acknowledgement. If you erase people who helped you, that says more about you than them. He paused, then added, I'm not loyal to any man. I'm loyal to ideas, progress, innovation, truth. That's why I saved the emails. Not to hurt anyone. Just to remind them what reality looks like. The interview trended instantly. Clips circulated with captions like Elon, I don't serve kings, and receipts are reality. The Trump camp was stunned into silence. Even Fox News gave the interview a primetime slot, their headline reading, Musk unleashed, tech titan turns tables on Trump. For the first time in years, Trump wasn't controlling the narrative. He was reacting to it. And in politics, that's the weakest place to be. By the following morning, the fallout was unmistakable. Conservative donors and PAC operatives were suddenly re-evaluating commitments. One major bundler who helped raise millions for Trump in 2020 told Politico off the record, if Trump can throw Elon under the bus after all that money, what's he going to do to the rest of us? Fox News panels grew more divided. Laura Ingraham defended Trump, but Tucker Carlson, recently resurfacing via online platforms, called the whole thing a textbook example of biting the hand that fed you. Behind the scenes, senior Republicans began distancing themselves. Nikki Haley's team reportedly reached out to Musk's office, just to open a line, as one source put it. Even Ron DeSantis, who had kept quiet since dropping out months earlier, tweeted a thinly veiled jab, integrity matters. Gratitude matters. Especially when the receipts are public. Meanwhile, Elon's X platform became ground zero for political memes mocking Trump's denial. One viral image showed Trump under a giant avalanche of receipts, captioned, Forgotten Millions, the sequel no one asked for. Trump's mood, according to insiders, had turned volcanic. He began lashing out in private, calling Elon a backstabber, a phony libertarian, and, oddly, a space nerd with no soul. But no public statement could stop the erosion. For the first time, his donor base was blinking. And Elon wasn't even done. Late that week, Elon made an announcement, brief, calculated, and explosive. On X, he posted a statement titled, "A new kind of leadership is coming. Politics has become theater. Loyalty tests, ego games, memory holes. I'm not running for anything, but I'm no longer staying out of it either. I'll be supporting leaders who believe in reality, reason, and results. No cults. No chaos. Just competence." Attached was a list of Musk-backed candidates for key congressional and Senate races, a slate of young, forward-thinking conservatives, independents, and even a few moderate Democrats. Most had never been associated with Trump's orbit. Then came the bombshell, a new PAC, Future First, seeded with $500 million of Musk's own money. The political world spun. Within hours, Future First's website went live. It pledged full transparency, quarterly public audits, and a commitment to data over drama. Political analysts called it the most significant shakeup since the Tea Party movement, but this one was technocratic, not populist. Trump's inner circle exploded. Jason Miller tweeted, then deleted, "Good luck trying to buy influence, Elon. This is still Trump's party." But the panic was real. Internal memos from Trump's campaign warned of donor drift and called Future First a clear and present danger. The message from Musk was clear: "You erased me. I'm erasing the narrative." And somewhere deep in Mar-a-Lago, Trump finally asked aloud, what if he really can flip them? Within days of Elon's PAC launch, the effects rippled through conservative strongholds like a political earthquake. Key donors, previously reliable Trump financiers, began quietly redirecting funds. Some asked for meetings with Musk's team. Others flat out pulled scheduled contributions from Trump's upcoming rallies. One senior Trump fundraiser was overheard saying, "He's not bleeding, he's hemorrhaging." And Elon just handed everyone the knife. Even within the MAGA base, tensions rose. Conservative influencers on X were split. Half doubled down on loyalty to Trump. The other half asked an uncomfortable question: is he the same Trump we backed in 2016? A viral poll posted by an independent journalist showed 32% of self-identified Trump supporters would consider backing Musk-endorsed candidates if they're serious, not swamp. The number shocked strategists. At a rally in Ohio, Trump tried to take control. He launched into a tirade against billionaires who think their rockets give them political power, calling Elon a glorified PayPal guy and mocking his robot army. But the audience reaction was mixed. Some cheers. Some silence. Even a few visible eye rolls. Meanwhile, Musk posted a simple sentence on X: "You can launch 1,000 insults, I only need one launch pad." The post racked up 38 million views in under an hour. By nightfall, an unmistakable narrative had taken hold across mainstream and independent media: Trump didn't just forget Elon. He underestimated him. And now, the cost was climbing. The showdown came 1 week later, during a high-stakes televised debate forum for 2024 contenders, hosted by a major network. Trump was the headline guest. The crowd was primed. The moderators were sharp. And one of them came prepared with the dagger. Midway through the segment, the moderator leaned in. "Mr. Trump, you've said Elon Musk never helped you. Yet there are FEC records, emails, and video footage showing otherwise. Do you still stand by that statement?" Trump narrowed his eyes. "He gave money to a PAC. I didn't ask him to. It was for his benefit, not mine. That's what people do when they want influence. I didn't need him then, and I don't need him now." The audience was quiet, too quiet. Then came the real-time ambush. The screen behind Trump lit up, a surprise from the network. A split screen appeared, Trump's original 2020 speech praising Elon at a fundraiser next to his Truth Social post calling him a rich, weird backstabber. Gasps. Laughter. Even groans from the crowd. Trump tried to recover, pivoting into a rant about loyalty and tech tyrants, but the damage was done. The moment was instantly clipped, memed, and captioned around the world. One version went viral with the title, "When the receipts show up before the applause." That night, Elon posted a single photo, a chessboard. Trump's king, toppled. Musk's queen, untouched. The caption: "I play the long game." By the end of the week, new polling dropped. For the first time in 8 years, Trump's grip on the Republican base had dropped below 50%. In private, his advisors whispered the one word they'd avoided for months: vulnerable. And Elon Musk, without running for anything, had just changed the game. The political world didn't reset. It realigned. In the weeks following the televised meltdown, quiet meetings began behind closed doors, not in Washington, but in Austin and Palo Alto. Rising candidates, young policymakers, even a few disillusioned GOP veterans began flying out to meet Musk or his advisors. Not for endorsements. For direction. Elon remained elusive in public but increasingly active in private. Reports surfaced that Future First had quietly begun vetting dozens of local and federal candidates. Not just for 2024, but for the decade beyond. Meanwhile, Trump's inner circle grew smaller and more paranoid. Aides leaked stories of finger-pointing, loyalty tests, and long rants about deep tech plots. But the crowds were thinner. The donations? Slower. And the base? Divided. One night, an anonymous staffer posted a cryptic message on an insider forum: "The king was never betrayed. He simply stopped listening." Across social media, memes cemented the moment in history: receipts, rockets, chess pieces. But one image came to define it all: a close-up of Elon Musk's post-debate chessboard photo, overlaid with the phrase, "Some play politics. Others play futures." And though Elon had made it clear he wasn't running for office, everyone knew the truth: he didn't have to. Because from that point forward, no serious candidate in either party could afford to ignore one question: where does Musk stand? Months later, the headlines had cooled, but the landscape remained changed. Trump continued his campaign, louder than ever, but the weight behind his words had thinned. Former allies moved carefully around him now, watching polls, reading signals, especially Musk's. Future First, now a juggernaut with over $1.2 billion in funding, had become a shadow party of its own, not tied to elephants or donkeys, but to influence, precision, and disruption. Its candidates were disciplined, data-driven, and unafraid to speak without fear of Trump's retaliation. And Elon? He kept his distance. But every now and then, he made his presence felt. At a major tech summit, when asked if he'd ever consider running for office, Elon smirked. "Why would I run, when I can just move the board?" Laughter followed. Nervous laughter. Later that evening, a mysterious billboard appeared in downtown D.C. It was black, minimalist. No logo. Just white text: "Don't forget who kept the receipts." No one claimed credit. No one needed to. The message was received. In the end, Trump hadn't just lost a donor. He'd lost something far more dangerous: the illusion that he was untouchable. And Elon Musk, without firing a shot, had reminded the entire political world: power doesn't shout. Power remembers.